Dogs are bored.
Yeah.
So are we, right?
Yes. Oh, we are not bored.
We just don't have enough to do this morning.
No.
Neither do the dogs.
No.
They say, "Where's our furniture?"
Where's our furniture? What's going on here? Ah,
What a week we've had.
got muscles.
And wounds.
And wounds. I got wounds all over,
Bruises, muscles, you name it.
Ah,
We got
a little bit left.
some stuff moved. We filled a 20-foot and a 30-foot container,
Yeah.
right? Or storage unit. Well, almost.
Almost.
We
We got
some room.
hopefully enough room for the desks, the bed, and our couch.
And you ask, why are you putting all your stuff into storage? Well,
Yes.
we decided we're going to try and find a motorhome again.
Yes.
Whether we will or not, I don't know.
It's been a tough,
The used market has been
crazy.
wildly overpriced, I would say.
Well, we were looking at one like we used to have, and it is darn near the same price as we sold ours for like 2.5 years ago.
Yep, exact same model,
Yeah.
exact same options. And the pricing is probably 10% less than we sold ours for.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, when we were shopping ours around, we were thinking about trading it or selling it to a dealer.
Oh.
They were offering us, we had our Allegro bus.
What was that?
They were offering us like $230,000 to $250,000
Yeah.
for a trade.
Yeah.
Now, you can't buy one under like ours under 340.
Which is just
Plus, you're going to need new tires. You're going to need new batteries. You're
Batteries.
going to need
airbags probably gone
Who knows?
through.
Yeah, who knows what other maintenance you're going to need to do to it after you buy it. But and everybody's listing them at like 380.
I think one guy went out there and listed
400.
it, and he listed it so high, and I was like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I saw a few that were listed a little bit lower, but
Not good interiors.
they were not the interior we liked.
Yeah.
So we were thinking about maybe a little bit shorter coach, but same thing, the used market, and of course new ones.
We were
A new Allegro bus like ours is what 500 and something,
which is insane.
500 some thousand.
And we were even looking at the smaller ones, like the Byway one. The problem with a lot of those is they have the loft over the driver's section. And Mike's tall, and we already almost whack our heads all the time. So I'm like, that's not going to be good.
Well, we looked at a Phaeton, but dealer inventory is low right now. Apparently, they're changing over into the next model year, so inventory is not good.
No,
So we're maybe looking at a Prevost. Maybe. We don't have any experience with them, and I don't know what we're getting into.
No.
Like a later model year one, but I'm not paying $3 million for a new one. I know that.
that's insanity.
But maybe
For us.
everybody keeps telling us to get an older Prevost. But,
Yeah. Especially some of the older ones don't have the DEF fluid, so that's like a huge bonus, because the biggest problem with our coach is always that stopped our trips was like a DEF sensor going out. So getting rid of that would be nice.
And we also know that we're going to have repairs and things no matter what coach we buy, especially if we buy a used one.
Yeah.
We're going to, regardless of what people tell you, no, the bugs are not all shaken out of them. So we know.
And that does not get a seller's premium either.
Yeah, we know exactly what to expect from buying a used motorhome. And we figure, well, we might as well get some safety. We might as well get some convenience. We might as well get better service.
Yeah.
From a Prevost. So we're gonna look at a few.
Yeah. We get a few in mind, so.
So far, the dealers I've talked to have been a little bit almost like they don't want to sell anything. I don't know
if that's how you roll.
I don't know what it is.
I mean, when we went to sell ours, I was like so happy. I'm like, oh great, it's going to a new family.
It's like, well, so far in coaches, we've contacted quite a few people, but it seems like General RV is the only one who wants to sell a coach.
It really is.
They're the only ones who. That's where we bought our Tiffin at too. We were real happy because we didn't go there for service, of course.
Service.
But
we went to Tiffin.
but the sales experience was really good.
Yeah.
But it seems like they're the only ones who actually are interested in selling anything right now.
Yeah, they're.
So that's why we're moving everything into storage. So we've got a lot of the stuff moved out. We've only got a few things left, a couch,
Our
a couple
exercise
chairs,
equipment.
some exercise equipment. We got a quote from a couple moving companies because we didn't want to move the heavy equipment out of the basement that we have down there and some of the other heavy stuff because we had to get it up the stairs and everything else. Unfortunately, the moving quotes came in at like, basically we figured about $1,000 an hour for them to move
Yep.
things into their storage facility 30, 35 miles away.
Yeah.
And then another, basically it would cost us $5,000 to move some of the equipment out of the basement,
Yep.
which is in a couple other things around the house,
The big couch.
which took us
2 hours?
2 hours total
Yeah.
to move it out and move it to the storage
yes.
unit and unload it. It took
Yes,
us 2
2
hours,
hours.
and they wanted $5,000 for that.
And that would be
So-
like 4 bulking guys.
Granted, we were just us, and the equipment was,
Awkward
3,
and heavy.
4, 500, 600 pounds, dragging it up the stairs. When we moved it in, we got it in because we
Slid
put cardboard and we slid it down the stairs. But
And we thought, we'll never have to move this out of here
Yeah.
again.
so now we pulled it up the stairs, her and I, moved it out, saved ourselves $5,000
Yeah.
plus another $5,000 to deliver it
If that would be the true price in
once
the
we
end.
get our house built.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then storage, they charge double for storage.
Yeah.
So we moved everything from the upstairs, all the bedrooms are cleared out.
Yeah.
Like I said, we only got the exercise equipment left. A couple shelving units, some barbecue equipment.
Yeah.
But for now, we gotta move the motorcycles, we gotta put the boat into storage.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know what else. Or a trailer then too. But
trailer's gotta go into storage. So we've been getting as much fishing in as we can, but it's been raining
it's
every
been
afternoon.
raining. Or it
so
says
can't-
and it looks
yeah.
like rain. We're like, well, we can't go.
We went out one night and we got out there about 10, 12 miles away and the storm started rolling in, so lightning started coming. So we hit the gas and raced it, followed us all the way back.
That was the first time Mike's like,
And-
I'm glad we have the bigger motor on this baby.
saw-
So we got back.
I was glad to have the 250 horse that day.
It didn't roll.
I saw the lightning, I'm like, let's go. Because it was dark clouds, it
It
was
started swirling.
sprinkle a little bit. We're just like, but the fishing was great. It was spectacular.
It was awesome.
So we're just like, we don't want to leave, we don't want to leave. And then all of a sudden the lightning came. We're just like, okay,
I guess we
time
gotta
to go. So we don't know where we're living yet. We're
No.
gonna, apparently when we close on the house, we're gonna take a drive
Road trip.
and kind of look at what our options are.
Hopefully we come back with something.
Yeah,
We will come back with something.
yeah. As long
Because
as-
rent was insane.
Yeah.
Because
it
we
was.
looked at just renting a house.
We looked at a 1,300 square foot place. They wanted $1,500.
And there was no hookups for washer and dryer.
No
So how are
hookups.
they making these houses?
And then there was no internet.
No.
You can't get internet
No.
service there.
And it's
It was
like,
in a housing development.
and there's like 4 housing developments there. So I'm
You
like,
could
how?
you could barely get cell phone service.
Mm-hmm.
We called the realtor to look at it. We show up and he's got another guy looking at it at the same time as us.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to put us in an octagon and let us fight it out and see who wins. But we got there and I'm looking at Starlink and I'm looking at everything else and I'm like,
There's nothing.
you can't get cell phone service, you can't get Starlink. Well, you probably could get just minimal
Yeah, because
Starlink.
I think it was one up.
Fiber optic is coming in a year after
Yeah.
we move out. So we just told him, we said, the other guy came in and he's like, oh, you guys here looking at the house too? We're like, yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, well, that's really strange. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah, it
it
is. Yeah, it is. And I said, that's okay. You don't have to worry about us because it doesn't have internet here. So, so we're not
I
interested
wonder if you took
anyway.
it then.
So we just said, enough of that. We're not doing that anymore.
No, it was.
Let's look for an RV. If we can't find an RV at a decent price, then we'll go back and examine it again.
Examine again, but
In the meantime, we're homeless.
Again.
Homeless and happy, right?
Yeah.
We don't care. We'll sleep in the car if we have to.
You got that nice truck.
Now, the dogs, on the other hand,
Yeah, they're a little sad.
they might not be so happy
Yeah.
about this whole thing,
Ah,
especially sleeping in the car. But, you know, gotta do what you gotta do.
you too.
The house is looking barren,
Yes, it is.
other than some dog stuff.
There's dog stuff.
Oh, we got our
everywhere.
desks yet. Upstairs is really empty.
We got all our exercise equipment out yesterday. That was our workout.
Ugh.
That was miserable.
Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Look, it was certainly worth our time instead of paying someone to move us.
We got one piece of artwork left. It's glass,
Yeah.
so we're putting that off. That's done. Our exercise area is gone. What else we got?
Oh, we got some duffel in the hallway.
We got a few things just scattered about
Yeah,
on the
got
floor.
boxes.
We figure we can be pigs for a while.
Yeah.
This
Empty.
empty. Let's see. Almost empty. Few things on the floor. Random TV. Bathroom. Random hair dryer.
I just pulling it out so I won't forget it.
Rugs. It's been a day yesterday.
My body's sad today.
Yeah, we need a break today.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a little trip up to Nashville
Yeah.
to go to Olympia Luxury Coach.
Yeah.
Gonna look at some Prevost motorhomes. Gave them a call yesterday. They were actually very, very nice on the phone.
Very
I
helpful.
mean, they were really, really good out of everybody else I talked to. Garage.
Oh, it's empty.
We got some 3 little cycles that are trying to get out the door.
Like, don't leave us.
Toolbox gone, everything else gone. I got some car cleaning supplies because we gotta take the
Gotta
boat
wash
out
our
yet.
cars. Yeah, I gotta take the
So
boat out.
I'll close this door
I
because
have to grab my purse. In the house.
we'll be gone for quite some time. But
Yeah.
it's raining out
Of course.
again. It's been raining all week,
We haven't got to fish.
Nope.
Like in almost a week now. So that's sad. But
so I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, we're gonna take a trip up to Nashville today. Just kind of check out these motorhomes
see if
and
that's the way we want to go.
yeah, we're gonna talk about them a little bit and
See what's all involved.
get
with
kind of an
owning one.
idea. We're thinking it's a good idea to get rid of Freightliner for a while. But
Do you know how much luck we have with them?
well, that's the only problem. If you know, I don't have a problem with Tiffin.
No, I love to.
I have a huge problem with American Coach.
Oh, yeah.
They were absolutely horrible. As much as I like their RVs,
Oh, they're
I
beautiful
really
inside.
like their motorhomes. They're designed. The Discovery is the same way.
Yeah, really nice.
But man, Rev Group, I would never ever deal with
no,
them
that
again,
is one.
ever.
No way.
They were
When they tell us the water's pouring in, oh no, that's how it's made.
Yeah.
I don't know.
never deal with them again. And so, you know, Tiffin I don't have an issue with, but Freightliner I do. Freightliner I do. And we know we're going to have Freightliner problems.
Yeah,
So if we can avoid that,
that's a bonus.
maybe that's the way to go. So we're tired this morning.
We,
Bruised and tired.
your fingers are glad all your fingers still work. I don't know. You
I
were
sm-
picking up all the lawn tools.
I smashed my one finger 4 times yesterday. I mean, pretty badly.
I did too.
But it survived.
I had the exercise equipment swing around
Yeah.
the 2 steel bars. I'm well, that's gonna leave a mark.
Yeah, I had the one slammed down on my hand when it was on the
On the
dolly.
dolly.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No windows were broken during it, and we finally had to just drag it through the rocks.
Yeah,
So
we
I videoed that. We're just-
I said I'm not putting it on this dolly again because it keeps smashing my fingers. So I said let's just drag it. So
We're dragging
we
it.
grabbed onto it. We pulled it.
It was spitting rocks out all the way down the road and just back to the trailer.
There's rocks jammed into the bottom of it.
I don't know. Those poor fools are gonna have to remove it from the storage container to the house one day, or you're
Yeah.
gonna be in trouble.
Yeah, I feel sorry for those people. Awesome.
We're totally gonna forget. We're like, God, why isn't this rolling?
Yeah. So, so we're off. We'll
We'll keep
report
it
as we
we travel.
as we find things.